Hi, welcome back to Supercharged Fridays, edition 202 of live streaming here every single Friday. I hope you're doing amazing and I hope you are safe, warm, and happy, relatively happy. I am streaming to you live from the outskirts of Brussels where we've just had our first snow this winter. So it's a little, not a lot, it's a little flurry, let's say, but it's enough to make me want to wear my first polo neck of the season. So yeah, if you're watching me live, come in into the comments, say a hello, tell me where you're tuning in from. Sorry, the words are kind of escaping my mouth today faster than my brain. So do drop in the comments and say hi. Where are you tuning in from? And if you have any career questions, anything that's on your mind, and you need any help, I'm here. As always, without fail, come rain, snow, or shine, every Friday. So let's get into it. I know there's always a little bit of a delay between actually going live and seeing your response and seeing your comments. So while I wait for that to happen, I do also want to say that I have a couple of quick announcements. The first one is that I am going to be doing a live webinar in 2 weeks' time on the 15th of December. And the topic is going to be how do you supercharge your resume so you get more invitations to job interviews. If you're applying and not hearing back, there is a possibility that your resume is at fault. The good news is that we can fix that. And we can do that really quickly. And this webinar will definitely help you to do that. And if you want to get deeper, I will also invite you when you come to my masterclass. I will also invite you to work with me on your resume with my eyes. So I can do a diagnostic and actually do a live audit for you. Not live. So I'll do an audit for you if you decide to work with me. And all of this is something that you can sign into. All you have to do is go to this link that's mentioned in the ticker right here, superchargeyourself.com/resume masterclass. Now, I hope everything is working because I'm seeing a little bit of a delay. I tend to see comments on LinkedIn, but I'm not seeing comments today on LinkedIn. So I have a feeling something is wrong. So if you're watching me on LinkedIn, can you tell me hi or can you write something so that I know it's working? Because LinkedIn tends to be a bit glitchy sometimes when it comes to live streaming. LinkedIn is working. Grazie, Stefano. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're warm. Have you got snow in Montreal? Montreal. How is it going? Lovely to see you here. I think we need to catch up. It's been a while. We need to catch up, I think, once a year. It's been over a year, I think, Stefano. All right. Um, so just want to recap. If you're interested in supercharging your resume, definitely sign up to my free masterclass. Did I tell you it's free? You literally just, go to superchargeyourself.com/resume masterclass. And hopefully you know me long enough to know that when I say it's a masterclass, when I say it's a live training or a webinar, it is not a pure sales pitch like it is sometimes. You see that. I think in 2023, I think we all have our radar up. Nobody's got that time for BS. So hopefully you know me by now that you will learn something and you'll walk away with something. And if you want to dig deeper, there's a super accessible course behind it. And I will also include an audit of your career document or of your resume. So whether you decide to work with me or not, I think it's just, it's free. Why don't you sign up to superchargeyourself.com/resume training? All right, fab. Let us get into questions. Good morning in California. Very early morning for you, Dan Roth. I hope you're doing well. Lakshmi is in Bangalore. Stefano is in Canada. Lovely to see your faces. And I see a question already. Amit, hi. How do you apply in schools for a teaching role? That's a good question, Amit. Um, I think, like with most things, it does help when you know someone. So if you know another teacher who is maybe at a senior level, or even the principal or the vice principal, right? Think about people who could be either in decision making ability or have proximity to someone in decision making ability. That would help you to get an introduction. Okay, like with most places to work, it helps when you are familiar and you're not from the street. But let's say you don't know someone, right? Let's say this option isn't available to you. You can also check a lot of these schools. My own kids' school, for example, I saw that they had also advertised. I think it was on LinkedIn. They had advertised because they were looking for a drama teacher. I think they were looking for a school principal as well, and they had had a retained search. It's a private school, so maybe you have a little bit more budget, but nevertheless, they advertise their positions online. So you could try both. I would say don't do only one or don't do only the other. But if I had to bet, I would say look for your target schools. Look for a three, four, schools that you have in mind in a certain geography, right? In a certain catchment area, and figure out who could make these introductions, right? And ask very clearly, I'd love to be considered. Would you be willing? Would you be open to making an introduction? Ask people that you know well, so that the chances of you getting a response are higher, right? Good luck with that. Teaching is a fantastic profession. So I'm happy to hear this. I wish there were more teachers, good teachers. I think the world needs more teachers. On my podcast, I've heard so many people when I ask them in the end, which moment supercharged your career, a lot of them have actually quoted teachers that made a difference to their career and to their life. So it has a much, like, the impact of a good teacher is not in a classroom, it can last a lifetime. So good luck with that. Good luck with that. I'm happy for you. Good morning, Risto. All the best. Risto's publishing a book. Risto's a fantastic voice on LinkedIn and has this innate ability to explain a lot of career concepts visually. So he has this brilliant idea of putting all of these posts that he has on LinkedIn together in the form of an ebook. It's going to be fantastic. And Risto, when it's out, I definitely want to get myself a copy and enjoy the beautiful weather. We've also had our first snowfall today. Here in Brussels, I'm much more southern compared to to you Nordics up there. But yeah, thank you for being here. I know you need to get back to work. All right. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Sanskrit. Fascinating. Fascinating, fascinating. All right, let's get further into the questions. I see a question from Nipun Agarwal. Hey, Nipun. How are you doing? How do you deal with a recruiter? How do you deal experienced candidate of 10 years but offers pay at a level of a grad, like a new grad? You have to bring it up with your recruiter. Your recruiter, like, are they sticking to the compensation slab that is given to them by the company and not adjusting it? Because if you're applying to a role which is an entry level role, I understand that. But why would they offer you if they have an idea of how senior you are, if you've worked for 10 years? You'll have to ask about what you bring to the table and that you're not somebody who's fresh. And based on my research, right? Lots of videos on my YouTube channel which offer you strategies and tactics, Nipun. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. Good luck with that. Hey there. I always call out the name of every person who's watching me live, and I'm going to do that here. And I want to apologize in advance. I'm sorry, I got dog hair everywhere. I want to apologize in advance if I butcher your name. I'm going to take a moment and make sure I say it right. Tamrai Kanan? Did I say that right? Just let me know. Yes, like thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways. Tamra Kanan. No, it's a I in it. Tamarai. Tamarai Kanan. Yeah? Tamarai Kanan. All right. More important, your question. Can you add something about the recession and the hiring and how long will it be there? I don't know. Nobody has that like crystal ball, right? But I can't control that. Even if I could add something here to you, can you control that? You can't. Can the economists and people at the very, very top who are close to everything that's happening, can they control that? No, they can't. To some extent, they can't. I would instead focus my energies on what I can control. And what the reality is that there are some companies and industries that continue to hire, that continue to be busy. And even the ones that from the outset look like they're not hiring, they're always looking for fresh talent because they will have some form or the other of turnover, of attrition. So, this is the time to be having all these conversations because sooner or later the economy will turn. And what happens when the economy turns? The best people leave first, right? Good people are playing safe. And there's a lot of data that proves what I'm saying. Um, Turnover and attrition is at an all time low. People are playing safe. At the same time, things change and things get more competitive, and then they're the first ones to leave. So I don't know. Not an easy thing to answer for me, to be honest. And I don't think it's easy for anyone. And I'm last person to be answering this kind of no form of expert. All right. What else is happening? Okay. Justin. Oh, sorry, my dog is crying. Why is she crying? I told my husband to take care of her and she's crying. All right, let's get into it. This is the thing with homeworking. Stuff happens. Hi, Justin. How come there's so many rounds of job interviews? I'm in the middle of one that takes 6. Mm. It depends on so many factors, Justin, and I'm not going to defend. I'm just going to tell you what is. Okay? There are lots of factors. The more complex a role, the more senior a role, or the third factor, the more a company culture of consensus. It takes quite a few people to make a decision. And a lot of people will tell you on LinkedIn it's a red flag. I don't necessarily agree. Okay. Sometimes the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing, sometimes, even in the best of companies, right? I've seen this happen in some of the best names out there. The recruiting is one that a lot of companies, it'll be the first one they drop the ball, right? So, having said that, there will be certain companies that are not able to make a decision, and that's a problem. Okay, that's a problem because they're just very scared of risk and they're very scared of saying something. And in a culture of fear, it's like if I say yes and the guy leaves, what will happen to my job, right? So you can always follow up and say, hey, super excited about this role. Would you have an idea of when can I expect the next steps? Because you especially want to say that if you're in a conversation with other companies. This tends to work, okay, provided it's true, it's not a threat, provided it's not like you're faking it, because companies then get their act together, they get their shizzle together. So it depends on many factors. Hopefully this gives you an idea. Dan says that's too many. Right, I understand, that depends, right? Cover letters, are they really read? In my experience and in my opinion, a very strong no. But that's me. That's me. Okay. I wrote an article back in March 2019 that literally the article said cover letters are dead. Stop it. It's 2019, people. I got a lot of wrath from some recruiters and a lot of agreement from some recruiters. So it totally depends. But I remember I've hired so many years, right? I remember that I would look at a resume, and if the resume was exciting, I would get the person in for an interview. I don't want to care about. See, you also have to understand headhunters and recruiters, when they reach out, are they asking you for a cover letter? No, they're not. They want to know if there's a fit, and if there's a fit, the speed is of the essence. Cover letter doesn't exactly give the signal of speed. Having said that, there are lots of people who disagree, and say that cover letter helps to differentiate. Go figure. Okay. Now, particularly the smaller a company, the more one-on-one sort of relationship access exists, they want to understand. Okay. And the second thing I want to say is, if there are certain things that are happening in your life and you're going through a career change or you've had a gap in your career, a cover letter can help explain a few things. Okay. But in my experience, I wrote an article on this. Let me get in touch with me, Besa. I'll send the article to you. I'll send that over to you. And I had some statistics in that article as well. Ew, proofread. Yeah, I think yeah, you know what? You're changed my mind. I understand that. I understand where you're coming from. Of all the popular job portals in India, which would be your top picks for leadership roles? I don't know. I'm not in India and I haven't lived in India for almost 20 years. But let me tell you, a simple Google search will give you an idea already. So I would rely more on that, Abhina, than on what I say. Yeah? And also speak with people who are your peers who are at senior leadership roles. They will have an idea as well because their companies do lots of recruiting and they would have an idea as well. All right. Hey, Justin, this is the second time. First time I was made to be in a finalist with the VP and I still didn't get it. I'm sorry. I know that happens. It's not ideal. I totally get it. What you want to do is, Justin, you want to take clearly some one or two lessons from that experience, both on their behavior and their approach and your approach. Is there anything you could do better or different? Those are the smart candidates. And if you made any mistakes whatsoever, the smart thing to do is learn from it and not do it again. Right? Do that. It takes a certain amount of courage and humility to admit that. Let me tell you, most of us don't, because our ego is very fragile and it'll prevent you from doing that. Good luck with that. Hey, Ankit, the interviewer is focusing on showcasing his knowledge and keeps on disturbing. When I think you said disturbing, I think you mean interrupting. No, I don't like that. Is there a question here? Let me see. Did I miss a question? Ankit, let me know if you have a question. It's not a good sign for me, not personally, not a good sign. Hey, good morning, G. Good to see you again. How are you doing? Recruiters not responding even after follow-up. So, Ankit, I wouldn't wait too long for this. Okay. I would say my golden rule is 3 of 3, 3 times follow-up over 3 weeks. After that, leave it. But even in these 3 weeks, when you do 3 times 3, I wouldn't wait. I wouldn't put all my eggs in this basket. I'd, see what else is happening and stay busy. It's so important to do that. Yeah, G is someone you guys definitely want to follow. She is a former HR leader and happens to not have read too many cover letters herself. So I don't remember the last time I even wrote one. Me neither. Me neither. Blah. Like it, you know what they're reminiscent of for me, Gigi? They remind me of essays you have to write when you're getting into a college, like a personal essay. And it's like giving such like college vibes, and we have such a college hangover. We need to grow up as an adult. Who the hell has time to read, let alone write these letters? All right, you're very welcome, Ankit. Good luck. So I have a couple of quick announcements for those who missed out. You can probably see this in the ticker. I have a masterclass coming up on the 15th of December on how to supercharge your resume, and this is especially for those who are sending applications and are not getting invited to interviews. You're going to get a lot of value. It's completely free. It's in 2 weeks time, 15 December, Friday, so literally around this time, right? So definitely sign up for that if this is something you're interested in. And if you want to go deeper, I will also take advantage during my webinar and invite you to work with me to go deeper and do an audit of your resume as well. So that is something that you definitely want to sign up for if you see this is a problem for you today. The second thing I want to say is, in case you don't know quick announcement. Every Monday, I have a newsletter that goes out. It's 3 points in it and it takes 3 minutes to read, less than 3 minutes to read. I send this out every Monday. And if you want to continue to sort of, learn from each other, it's free as well. Takes 30 seconds to sign up. Go to superchargeyourself.com/newsletter. I literally have just 3 things in it. One is an insight, an original insight of mine. One is a quote of the week. I love quotes. Anyway, who doesn't love a good quote, right? And I try to think of original quotes that are very helpful for our career. And the third is someone I think you should follow on LinkedIn. A follow of the week, quote of the week, follow of the week, and an original insight. So less than 3 minutes to read. That is my newsletter. And finally, my podcast, the most recent podcast episode came out this week, and the topic is ATS. So the applicant tracking system, which a lot of people think is pure evil. I spoke with someone last year who has worked with at least half a dozen ATSs. His name is Ed Hahn, and he's not only like on the receiving end as a recruiter. He's a recruiter in New York City for software, but he's also been that person who's worked inside the design of the ATS. So that is a very helpful episode. I call that episode, Can the ATS Help You to Land Your Dream Job? Because he had some very unique insights that I think you'd find useful. So you want to listen to my podcast, just go to just write my name on a Google search engine and just write Sonal Bahel, How I Got Hired. And that episode has come out this week. All 3 things I've shared with you are free. Take advantage. Be that person who takes action. The only thing it costs you is your time. So much better than the person who either has a victim mindset, everybody is wrong and everything is wrong, or that person who has the same questions every week. There are some answers, there are some perspectives available, and there's so much free resource out there, not just mine, but so many people. Take advantage of that and get closer to implementation. So you get closer to the results you're looking for. It's 1st of December today. We got less than a month to go before 2023 is over. Let's do our best we can. Let's do the best we can to end it in a way that we feel good about ourselves. We feel proud of ourselves. And that's why I'm launching this resume course and the live masterclass in December. Because it's like, if it means putting your head down and doing the work, do it. Let others say what they want. Let them tell you the economy is in the toilet. Let them tell you nobody's hiring. You focus and control the controllables. Gotta have laser sharp focused. I never know, is it laser or is it razor sharp? Razor sharp, laser sharp. Put it in the comments if you're still watching me after my crazy TED talk. Perfect. Hi Shivam, good to see you. Shivam, we just talked about this on to catch the replay. I mentioned this a few minutes ago. So I think in the interest of time. ATS, definitely. All right, Fab G, thank you so much for being here. G is going to be on Supercharge Fridays. She's been twice already. She's going to be with me live sometime early to 2023. And she's going through a career pivot of her own, and it's very, very exciting. So we're going to be learning more about that and how it's relevant to you as someone who's interested in their career. Laser focused and razor sharp. Very good, Shivam. I won't forget. Good to see you here. I hope you're doing well in Toronto. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I shall see you at the same time next Friday on Supercharge Fridays. Have a lovely Friday and weekend. Bye.